Hello. A friend asked me to show him how he's supposed to solve this problem. So I wrote it down and I'm going to break it down step by step on how you're supposed to solve a problem like this. Disclaimer, I am not a physics student. I just have a reference sheet online and I'm looking at it on my phone right now. So good luck me. So first off, read the question. There, we're going to get a lot of information just by reading the question. So initially traveling at 20 meters per second, so that's the initial velocity, which is 20 meters, whoops, forgot to write the zero, 20 meters per second. And the man accelerates at a constant 2 meters per second squared, which is our acceleration. And then after traveling 125 meters, which is the distance or displacement, how fast is the man going, which would be our final velocity, which we do not know. So we are supposed to use a formula based on the information they give us and solve for our final velocity. So an equation like this, sorry, I said that incorrectly. So based on the information they give us, there's an equation that goes by v final squared equals v initial squared plus 2 times the acceleration multiplied by the distance. It should be in the reference table. And if it's not, you're looking at the wrong one. So now we get to plug in the units and make sure that you include the actual unit in there, or else you may lose points. So let's plug this in. Whoops. This is final velocity. We don't need that. Okay. Vf squared equals, plug in 20 meters per second squared plus 2 multiplied by acceleration, which is 2 meters per second squared multiplied by distance, which is 125 meters. And there we go. So essentially, how we're going to break this down is that we're going to be moving the numbers and the units along with them. And don't worry, it's going to seem confusing at first, but if you trust the process, you will get the right answer. Just follow this step by step. So we're going to use PEMDAS by going left to right. So PEMDAS would be parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Yep, that's the order. So 20 meters per second squared would be 400 meters squared per second squared. Oh, don't worry, we still have this. And I'm pretty sure during the New York State Regents exam, you don't need to put in the units after you initially plug them in, but better safe than sorry. But that's just me. So don't take my word for it. Just follow what I'm doing, and you'll know how this process works. So 280, which would be 2 multiplied by 2, which is 4 multiplied by 125 meters. So let's just move this to the side. So let's move this over to the side, which would be 4 meters per second squared multiplied by 125 meters, which would be 500 meters squared per second squared. And then we just put this down here. Meters squared per second squared. Now we can combine like terms. And remember, just trust the process and you'll be fine. So Vf squared equals 900 meters squared per second squared. Then we just square root on both sides because of the exponent on final velocity. And then we should be able to get 30 meters per second. So the final velocity is 30. I should probably write that down. Vf equals 30 meters per second. There we go. Trust the process and you'll be fine.